Hello, beautiful people. Just setting this up. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Happy Monday or Sunday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday, whatever day it is for you. Just taking a deep breath in. I have no idea who will join me today because it's a public holiday in Australia. We've just shifted, some states have shifted to daylight savings. Queensland, where I am, still the same time. So who knows, lots of shifts and stuff happening in the world right now, if you haven't noticed. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to talk today on our Empower Hour. Look, essentially, although I've said that it's, 7 things that will help clear the sludge out of your energy and raise your vibration, and it is, if I could put it into just 4 simple words for you, it's as easy as finding what feels good. That's it. How do you raise your vibration? Find what feels good. It is that simple. However, I am going to share with you 7 things that they're just 7 things that you may not have even considered are having an impact on your vibration or on your energy and where your energy is. So let's start the way we always start with, not always, but how I like to start is to start with our 3 intentional breaths. At 5 a.m. this morning, I was with a group of sisters where I am currently studying the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. And it was just amazing. It is such an incredible revelation to see and hear and learn about some of these ancient texts that were not even discovered until like the 1950s. And so have been missing from our dialogue, from our connection, from our community, from our society, from our conditioning for thousands of years. And when you start to dive into them, there's so many, that's why that is. That's why that's, that's why we do that. That's how that's occurring. But I mention it because the woman who I'm studying with, Megan Watterson, who's the author of tons and tons of books, though the one that really impacted me was Mary Magdalene Revealed. This is her oracle deck. And I will pull a card at the end for you, though what I have, one of the techniques that she has discovered through her decades of studying these ancient texts, just got a hair on my face, which is really annoying me. Hopefully I can get rid of it. Was to create this soul voice meditation, which is just 3 intentional breaths. Now you can expand this out and do it, over a long period of time, though it really is just as simple as 3 intentional breaths. The first breath drops you from here to here. The second breath is a sinking and an inquiry to yourself, to your heart, to your soul, to your gnosis, whatever feels good to you, to God, higher self, spirit, source, whatever, universe, whatever feels good to you. Asking that part of you that is within all of us, what do I know? Or any other question. And then being in the receiving of the vision, the words, the feelings that come through. And then the third intentional breath is just simply saying thank you. Thank you to people on the, you may want to thank situations or people in the physical realm. You may want to thank or acknowledge or appreciate or send gratitude to beings, entities, energies in the angelic realm, in the archangelic realm, in the star system, in the galactic system, with your ancestors, with your lineage, with your blood, known, unknown. Whatever feels good for you. So often at the end you'll see or hear me say, a series of thank yous, and I'm literally just getting little visions pop through my mind, and I just, as they pop through, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're jumping on, I can just see someone jumping on. Even if you can't stay, please hit the heart button for me. It just helps others know that I'm live, which is really helpful. So let's do that now. If you're driving, please don't. Take a moment where you can, but you can do this anytime. 3 intentional breaths. So let's begin by just taking that first intentional breath together. Breathing in and breathing out. And just notice what it feels like. What does it feel like to you to drop from your head down into your heart? How do you imagine that to be? What do you notice? What do you hear? And as you do that, you can invite your energy, which is what we're talking about today, invite your energy back from all places and spaces, all timelines, all moments, anywhere that you've been that you may have left your energy today. Just invite it all back to you and just feel that as it tingles into your heart space. That's all your energy, all your atoms and neutrons and protons and particles, all the bits of you that get scattered in the quantum field. Call them all back. You're a powerful being. You get to call yourself back. And just notice as that comes into you. Beautiful, beautiful tingles. And just for today, I'd love for you to imagine a beautiful ring of light that is circling your body, not like a halo, but not in the position of a halo, more in the position of an egg circling your entire body. And it's a thin ring of bright white light. And just allow the bright white light to just permeate your cells, and imagine that what it's bringing into you is cleansing and purifying. And once it reaches deep within every cell of your being, what it also does is it pushes out at the same time anything that is not there to serve you, any blocks, any sludge, anything that is an impurity in your system. So allow that light to come in, all the way in, all the way in, all the way in, and then allow it to push out anything that doesn't need to be there, that isn't serving you. And as we do that, we'll take our second intentional breath together. Let's breathe in and breathe out. And with that, invite the question to your inner being, whatever that means to you, to the part of you that knows, that has that inner wisdom. Invite the question of remind me, please, what do I know? What do I know? And then be in the receiving. Be in the receiving of a thought, a feeling, words, vision, whatever it is. Just allow it to come. And if nothing comes, that's totally okay too. We're building trust. Every time we drop into this part of ourselves, we're building trust with that gnosis, what we know by heart. And now let's together take our third intentional breath and just bring anyone into your mind or your imagination, anything that you want to offer thanks to. And if you don't know, just offer it anyway. Imagine opening your heart and it being the brightest light ever and shining that out to the whole entire world. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Thank you, 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 thank you. And come on back with me now. Just come back into wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Whew. Fantastic. Alrighty, let's dive into today's topic on Empower Hour. So today we're talking about energy. Now, why do I love energy so much? Well, it's nothing new. Nikola Tesla, who is an incredible human being, you can Google him, who is like the grandfather of quantum physics. He believes that everything that you need to know about the universe can be found in vibration, frequency, and energy. And I would add resonance, because I think resonance is a really big part of this as well. And to help you understand resonance, it's what do you vibe with? Have you ever kind of just vibed with someone or something? Something just feels right. You don't know why, but you just kind of get a vibe. That to me is resonance. But it's also very much connected to the quantum. Now, I'm going to preface all this by saying I'm not a quantum scientist. I'm not a quantum physicist. But I do understand enough about this to know how important it is and how it keeps being shown to me. So I want to start with, let's start with the quantum field. Now, this isn't woo-woo. Science has proven that the quantum field is a thing. It's a real thing. And here's a couple of examples of how you can know when you are tapping into the quantum field. So simple examples. You might be thinking of a song, turn on the radio, and then the song tunes in. You hear the song. You might be thinking of a person, and then all of a sudden they either drop in your social media feed, or they ring you, or whatever, phone you, or whatever. But another example of this too is if you've ever been with someone and you can see them carrying something, and in your mind you're going, oh my God, they look like they're going to drop that. They look like they're going to drop that. And then all of a sudden they drop it. That is also the quantum. Your thoughts entangling with someone else's thoughts. Now, this is a huge topic, right? So today isn't about quantum. It is about clearing the sludge from our energy, which ultimately is what is affecting our vibration. So our vibration is made, there are two contrasts inside of vibration. There is either positive or negative. Now, I'm not a fan of labels and putting things in boxes, but for the purpose of there's no other language to explain this, I'm going to go with that. So let's start with the first area that we can work on. So let me just back the truck up for a second. So why is it important? Why is it important for your energy to be clear and pure, right? As clear and as pure as it can be. Because your energy is what affects your vibration. It's what tells your vibration this is positive or this is negative. Now keep in mind, wherever your vibration is what the universe will send back to you. You know, what the quantum will send back to you. This is science, guys. This isn't just me banging on. You can Google this. But I've come to really understand and find evidence as to how this actually plays out in my life, right? And you probably will resonate with some of this too. So it is really key. If you're not currently living the life you want, if you're currently not experiencing everything that you want in life, I would suggest that somewhere, and this may trigger some of you, but somewhere in your day-to-day, your vibration isn't vibing at a positive frequency. Put another way, you are not a vibrational match for the thing that you want. And that, my friends, is the only way that you can bring to you the things you want, is if you are a vibrational match for the thing. So let's begin. Let's start with the first one. This will start to make sense as we roll through. So let's start with the very first thing that I want you to think about is your thoughts. Where are your thoughts, right? The very first way in which you can begin to clear the sludge from your energy so that your vibration raises up and matches all the things that you want is to check in with your thoughts. What are you thinking? Here's the thing, our thoughts send out the message to the universe. Those thoughts have a frequency, and the universe will just match the frequency of those thoughts. So whatever you're thinking is what you're sending out and what you're bringing back. Abraham Hicks, if you've never heard of Abraham Hicks, Google them. They're Esther Hicks channels an entity called Abraham. They've been around for decades. They're incredible. But they wrote a book called Ask and It Is Given. And highly recommend this book. I've recommended it to so many people that I work with. It's really profound, quite life-changing, because you can collapse it down to 3 simple things that they share inside of this book. So how do you get everything that you want? It's 3 steps, right? You just need to check in. Do these 3 things. The first is to ask. Ask for what you want, right? Simple. The second, the universe always says yes to what you're asking for. Always. The universe wants you to have everything that you want. So it's always saying yes. This is key. It's always saying yes to what you're asking for. And the third part of that is, are you receiving? Are you a frequency to receive it? Or are you a frequency to repel it? Because the universe is trying to give it to you. But if you're not a vibrational match for it, it's going to bounce. It's just going to go right past you. Have you ever noticed that some people are really, really lucky, or good things seem to happen to them all the time, and yet they don't happen to you? I'm going to suggest that it is due to the energy from which you're coming from. So think about it like this. If you want something, are you asking from the energy of excitement, of expansion, this is amazing, like you've already got it? Or are you asking from the energy of, I don't have it already? Because if you're asking from I don't have, your thoughts are negative. Your thoughts around the thing are negative. So the universe is going to match that. It's going to say yes to that. So if you're saying, I want $1 million because I'm broke, what is the universe going to send you? It's going to send you broke, because you're coming from that energy. That is the frequency that you're emitting. If you come from, I have everything I want, I live in an abundant universe, even if you don't have evidence of that, and that's a whole nother thing, there is abundance in every single human being's life, but we're just missing it because we're not looking for it. We're looking for what we don't have. How often do you do that? How often do you spend your days going, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, because I don't have it. That's what the universe is giving to you, and that's all coming from your thoughts. All right, so number one, thoughts. Number two is proximity. What does that mean? Proximity is, simply put, who are you hanging out with, right? Who are you spending your time with? Are you spending your time with people that, that are complaining, that are whinging, that are always, negative Nancy's, if you like, gossipers, people who gossip, people who are always, looking for what's wrong? Because if you're hanging out with those people, then you are going to become that, right? Again, this is quantum science. You become, your energy matches that which you are around, right? This is, and here's an example. How do you know this? What happens when you go to the beach and you walk on the beach? How do you feel? Amazing, right? And you're like, whoa, why does the beach make me feel so good, right? Because you're in a proximity to something that your body knows feels good. How do you feel when you hang around people that are always looking on the shit side of life? Awful, right? And that's what you're going to be sending out to the universe. Proximity. Now, some of you are going to say, yeah, but Jen, some of those people are in my family. I 100% get that. Often, we do have family, especially the older generation that came through living and believing that, everything was wrong, right? A lot of our grandparents, parents have all come through a conditioning of lack and scarcity. So they're always looking for what's wrong, much more heightened than the current generation. So what do you do if it's family? Well, you do have a choice, right? I'm going to state that right up front. You do actually have a choice as to whether you hang around with them or not. You also have a choice as to how much time you spend with them. And if you do choose to be around them, can you also be responsible for raising your vibration once you've left their company? So if you've gone to visit a relative or, and look, if you're in a relationship with someone who is like that, I'm not saying that you, I'm not a relationship expert here, but if your values are misaligned, again, this is something for you to look at. What I'm sharing with you guys today is just a little insight, and it may be triggering, and you may even feel yourself saying it's all right for you, Jen. I used to say that all the time. But what I came to understand is my life looks the way it does because I created it that way. And so if it's not humming along the way I want it to, I also get to make new choices and decisions, right? To create it the way I want. In any instance, it's on me to do that, right? It's no one's job to make me happy. It's no one's job to fill me up. It's no one's job to, give me my dreams. It's up to me to do that. All right, proximity. Number 3, sound. Sound is an amazing way to raise your vibration, but it is also, it can also bring your vibration down depending on what you're listening to. Now, I used to do this to myself, especially if I, was having a bit of a broken heart day or, broken up with someone. Or I would go and listen to all the saddest songs I could possibly listen to. I even had my favorite heartbreak CDs. Now, here's the thing. What we're listening to, especially stuff that we're listening to that has lyrics, the lyrics are going into our conscious mind, right? Into our unconscious mind, sorry. We're consciously, actually mostly we're not. We're doing it unconsciously. But those lyrics are telling your unconscious something. Now, your unconscious doesn't know the difference between fact and fiction. It just knows what you tell it, right? There's a little thing in the back of your brain. It's about an inch long, called the reticular activating system. And its sole purpose is to just look for evidence of that which you believe. So whatever you're putting into your mind, your mind doesn't know the difference as to whether it's true or false. So it's just going to look for evidence. So if you're looking for music that's, that's negative, that's going to bring you down, that is, that's all the things that you don't want, my invitation would be to have a look at that and choose some music with some lyrics that are going to uplift you. Now, on that, sounds, yes, sounds, of course. Listen to music that feels good, but listen also to your environment as well. It's not just music. What are you hearing in your environment, in nature, in in your office, what are you listening to? What's coming in? What sounds are coming in that you're not paying attention to? And are they the kind of sounds that are a negative frequency or a positive frequency? And how do we figure that out? It's just finding what feels good. Does it feel good? Or doesn't it feel good? That's all you need to do to check in with where's my vibration right now, is to find what feels good. 4 words to raise your vibration, which is what I said at the start. Number 4. Now, this is a big one, I believe. And I've just, and I'm not immune to any of this, guys. I want you to understand that, I'm as human and divine as every other human on the planet. We're all 100% human and 100% divine. That's a whole nother conversation. Though I still live in a human world where I've got all these, this is all around me all the time, but I also get to make choices as well. So, for exposure, this is number 4, exposure. What are you exposing yourself to? Now, this really, to me, pertains to TV, social media, Netflix, all the Netflixes. Because again, whatever you are absorbing unconsciously, your reticular activating system doesn't know the difference between whether it's real or not. So it's just going to take it all in. Now, I absolutely love watching shows that are, really suspenseful, that have a great plot. I love watching things like, what are some of my favorites in the day? Homeland, I don't know if you've ever watched that. What's the one with old mate that wears the hat? The Blacklist. Those kinds of shows. I love them, right? I really love them. However, I've become very mindful of when I get too absorbed in it, because that's the energy that I'm unconsciously exposing my unconscious mind to, and it will have an impact on your energy, right? So for me, I've just decided for the month of October, I'm giving my mind a break from Netflix. So I'm not watching any Netflix in the month of October to purify my energy, right? I'm looking at where have I got leaky energy happening? Where am I allowing stuff in that's sludging up my energy? Now, I love Netflix, right? I love it. And I could choose to watch some uplifting stuff. I have a Gaia subscription, so I may watch some stuff on Gaia, which is uplifting. But I'm giving myself a break from the fiction and the drama that is infecting, that I can be honest and tell you has been infecting my energy. Let's look at social media. Are you mindlessly scrolling through social media? Yes, I'm guilty of that. I do that. So I've become aware that I'm doing that. what I've found in the last few days that I've been doing is I've actually been Googling to find out what's going on in Brisbane at the moment, because there's, lots of, a bit of uncertainty with a potential snap lockdown. And I caught myself, I'm like, Jen, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you pulling that sludgy, heavy energy into your energy field? Into your, into your energy field. In quantum science, they call it the bioenergetic field. If you've seen the thing with Leonardo da Vinci, that's about a meter and a half around our entire, every single human. We have a bioenergetic field. As a practitioner of the shamanic practices, they call it the luminous energy field, but it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Why would you want to be infecting that with sludge when you know that that's going to be affecting your vibration, which is going to be affecting what the universe is wanting to match with you, right? Why would we want to do that? Well, we just get caught up in our humanness, but we can also consciously make new choices. That's what I want to share with you today. Atmosphere. So have a look at your atmosphere. This is number 5. Have a look at your atmosphere. What do I mean by that? Well, look at your space. Look at the space around you. I've done this for years and years and years and years and years, but I have a daily practice, a daily ritual of making my bed. As soon as I get out of my bed, I make it, right? If someone's asleep on the other side, I leave them and I make my side. But I make my bed. It's a ritual that helps me to feel like, it's like a little tick. It's like a little sense of achievement. It's a little, like everything else could be chaotic in my day. It depends on what I'm dealing with. But I know that I've got one area in my life that is completely good. So that's one thing. What's your workspace look like? I have this, habit now of cleaning and clearing my workspace, constantly moving things and swirling energy. Do you leave all your dishes on the sink at night? Do you... and there's no judgment here, guys. No, there's no judgment here. Everyone can do whatever they want to do, right? Truly. I have no judgment on this. I'm sharing this from the perspective of what can support you to raise your vibration so that the things you want connect with you, right? And how we do that is first by looking at our energy. Where is it sludgy? Where is it, being infected? Where is it contaminated? Where is it not pure? Right? This is why this is so important. Number 6, voice. So voices. What are you hearing? What are you tuning into? What are you saying? What is being said to you? Okay? Notice that. If you've, if you work somewhere where, you are, you might actually work somewhere where you're in a call center, for example, and you might actually have to listen into a lot of problematic stuff. Now, there might not be, it may not be possible for you to leave that job, and I'm not suggesting that you do, but I'm completely being, really transparent here and inviting you to do that job consciously, right? What does that mean? Well, if you can be conscious that you are listening to someone and you can actually tell your unconscious mind as you go into your job, this is, we're going to be helping other people right now, but what we're hearing isn't about us, it's just about other people. It's just a little practice, right? And then when you leave your job for that day, go and do something to cleanse your energy, right? We can't, unless we live in a little glass bubble on the top of a hill in the Himalayas, we're probably not going to be able to completely diminish things infecting our bioenergetic field, because we live in a human world. That's going to happen. It's gonna, it doesn't even. You could just walk outside and walk down the street and see something or hear something, and that's going to impact your bioenergetic field. So whilst we can't be in control of what's happening, we can absolutely be in control of how we're dealing with that. How are we managing that? How are we consciously treating that? And the key here is to check in with your bioenergetic field and making sure that you are doing whatever you can to keep it clear and pure. That's on you. That's on me, right? It's not on anyone else. It's on you and it's on me to do that, or not, right? Or not. Though if you're not getting what you want in life, I would suggest having a look at this. Somewhere you've got leaky energy or negative energy is coming into you. Yeah. Number 7, which is the key to everything, the key to manifestation, right? Vibration, highest vibration possible. And this is the highest frequency possible, and it's gratitude, right? Gratitude, being in a state of gratitude. Now, for me, I flip that a little more. If you guys have, anyone that's been following me for a while, you will know that for many, 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 many years, I ran a group where every day I would post what was so right in my life. So gratitude is great. I love it. I really love it. But I like to supersize stuff, maximize stuff. So rather than just be grateful, I do a scan of my whole day, and regardless of what's happened in my day, I look for what's right in my day. So that means for me, delving amongst anything that wasn't something I'd be grateful for ordinarily, and finding what was so right about it. What was the gift in it? What was the lesson? What was the learning? And that does 2 things. The first thing is it rewires my brain. It is actually rewiring neural pathways in my brain. It's a neuroplasticity process. But the second thing is it steps me into being grateful for everything. And this is the abundance mindset, right? When you can look out into your day and truly embody a sense of gratitude for the abundance that is in your life. And this isn't about what you have and don't have. It's about what you are not seeing that is there in your life in abundance. And my simple exercise for this is to raise my vibration, is to just go outside and I look up at the sky and I breathe in the abundance of sky. The sky is so vast, and I'm reminded of the abundance of sky. Then I think about, wait a second, I'm breathing in. Whoa, there's an abundance of oxygen available to me. Infinite supply of oxygen. I get to breathe that in as well, right? Then I get to look at the trees and I look at the abundance of nature, how nature is just doing its thing. Looking at waterways, right? Essentially, they're the four elements, right? You've got the sun, which is the fire. You've got the nature, which is the earth. You've got the water, which is water. And you've got oxygen, which is air. So amplifying those energies, right? They are always with you in abundance. And if you can breathe into that, you're going to put yourself into a state of abundance, which is a vibrational match for the stuff that you want. Yeah. So that's it, beautiful people. Oh, actually, look, I just realized I've got my Healy on. So some of you know that I have a Healy and I absolutely love it. And the reason that I have it is because it is just another tool in my toolkit that that is keeping my bioenergetic field clear and pure. Now, this leads into dis-ease. I didn't mispronounce that. I meant to say dis-ease. The cleaner and clearer and more and most pure my bioenergetic field is, the less capacity there is for things to manifest that I don't want, like dis-ease and other, pain and discomfort and all the yucky stuff. So I have my Healy for that, and I run it twice a day. It's just another tool in my toolkit to clear my chakras, shore up my bioenergetic field, and run any frequencies. You can run 144,000 frequencies. So I do a resonance scan, and it tells me what needs some extra, love in the frequency, and I just run whatever that is. Whether that's, it might be menopause, might be stress, might be, purity, might be, there's thousands of them, kidney, whatever, thousands and thousands. So that's what I use as well. All right. Let me draw a card message for everybody for the week. I hope that was helpful, guys. And, if it felt a bit overwhelming that I shared 7 things, focus on one every week. You don't have to do all 7, but even if you're focusing on just one consciously, anything that you do in your life consciously is going to have a really positive impact, right? It's going to create change, because when we're operating unconsciously, it's like a program running on autopilot. No change comes from unconscious behavior. It just doesn't. The only way for us to create change in our life is to do so consciously. Yeah. Okay. So do one a week, or one a day, whatever feels good for you. And if all else fails and you want to clear your energy, 4 words, find what feels good. That's it. Find what feels good and do that. That's going to raise your vibration straight up. Card just jumped out. Whew. I have not had this card before. That's why I was just pausing to have a look at it. So beautiful. So this is Yeshe Sogul. I think that's how you pronounce it. You know me and my pronunciation. I don't profess to be able to pronounce everything correctly. Yeshe Sogul. Let's just call her the Lady of the Lotus Born. That's who she is. Her intention, what she's about, is embodiment is the deepest bliss. Isn't it funny how every week when I draw a card, it always seems to support exactly what I've been talking about. And that, my friends, is the quantum field in action. What we speak is what comes back to us. It's not like, whoa, Jen, that's so random that happens. No, it's because my vibration is pulling it to me. So these messages, these cards are pulled to me based on my vibration, right? Embodiment is the deepest bliss. And while you've been listening to this, you're also in that vibration, right? It's happening for you too. My body was made for enlightenment. Yes, it was. Our bodies were made for enlightenment and to be in the highest vibration, right? When a child is born, when a baby is born, its vibration is it's just pure. There's no it's not taking in anything to infect its energy. The purest, highest vibration is when a child is born. And then when they get to about 5 onwards, things change. because they start to make things mean stuff. Yeah, as humans do. So let me just find this card, 121. I'm really curious because it's not come up for me before, so I'm quite excited to see what it's about. So Yeshe Soigul represents a deep wisdom. The Lady of the Lotus Born represents a deep wisdom that has been much misunderstood. She's the ultimate spiritual wisdom that the human body is all that is needed for enlightenment. Again, it's exactly what I've been talking about. I will put in the comments everything about this beautiful, beautiful goddess. And I'm just going to read a little bit about what it means when your soul selects her card. So it can be so easy to forget that everything we touch, everything we say, and everything we do is not separate from the divine. Just exactly what today's message is all about. Yeshe embodied one of the most potent spiritual truths. The female body is an asset to enlightenment, not a hindrance. The body is a vehicle to free us from the idea that there are any limitations to reality. Tantra, which weaves together the sacred and the mundane to reveal the spiritual nature of all things. We are both human and divine. Did I just not say that? Did I just not say we are 100% human and 100% divine? Oh, this blows my mind. It still blows my mind. We are both a mortal body and an eternal essence that continues on. The body too often can be the scapegoat for so much hate, distrust and violence. The body holds infinite wisdom, pleasure and possibilities. This is the moment to see your gorgeous body as the tremendous gift it is. Who needs to hear that today? I do, being honest. It's the moment to realize that there is no greater intoxication than just being fully in your body from head to soul. Yeah. Yeshe is the call to remember the holiness of your flesh, the deep wisdom of your body, and the temple you walk around in every day. And the question that she offers is, what helps me remember that my body is sacred? What helps me remember that my body is sacred? It's a beautiful journaling question as well. So there you have it, beautiful humans. If you've just jumped on, you might want to catch the replay. This also goes out on my email, and I'm going to be just shortening down little sections of this and starting to pop it up on my IGTV as well. All right. Happy Monday, happy whatever day it is for you, wherever you are in the world. If you have any questions, let me know. If you would like to know more about Healy, let me know. Actually, I might pop a link. I might pop a link for Healy in the comments so you can have a look at what it's all about. I'll pop the card and all the information in the bottom. And what else? Oh, for the month of October, I'm offering soul reset sessions. It's a single session. So if you feel like things are not going the way you want them to, or you're just having something, like happening over and over again, and there's something that you can't see, but you want to see it, reach out to me and I will book you in for one of those. It's just a single 60 to 90 minute session. We'll go deep on whatever it is that you can't see. I'll help you just, pull back the curtains, do a soul reset so you go, yes, now I know. Yep, I'd forgotten and now I'm back. I'm back, baby. We'll do a free chakra clearing and any other little shamanic goodies that come through as well. Whatever comes through for you. So let me know. All right, beautiful human. I love you. I appreciate you. Here's to your growth and abundance. Mwah. See you soon.